Hi, welcome to Brains in the Blender. I'm Lee and I'll be your host today.
I'm Peter Piper. I picked a pail of pickled peppers.
And I'm Jay.
Yes, so I'm guessing if anyone's here, which they're probably not, by our,
Watch this.
the name and the title of this podcast, that you've clicked on this because your natural senses made your hand gravitate towards the clicker button on your mouse or your keyboard.
Lee, I swear, if we got any viewers, they just left.
Yes, goodbye.
The fucking laws of physics just killed our viewers.
Yeah, way to go, Lee. Jeez, you're
you
horrible.
probably just literally your genitals probably grew a hand and just tapped on the keyboard. Well, that's good because we want you here. Today we're talking about sex. And we're not just talking about sex, but we're talking about everything about sex, right?
Oh, a good amount of it, I think.
I think we're covering enough.
I don't know. I think we're exposing ourselves pretty well here.
You can always expose more.
True.
Well, you can always...
Look, Jay, rip off your skin.
Okay. Lee, you can always go deeper.
Oh, yes. Well, we will start this penetration with...
That's what she said.
We'll start this penetration with our first probing question.
Oh, God.
So, our first topic is how puberty basically adds a new dynamic to existence.
You get balls. The end.
What?
You get balls. The end.
No, you already had them, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're fully operational. Weapons armed.
Weapons armed.
The nukes have been armed. I repeat, the nukes have been armed.
Anyways,
Semen kit.
This topic is interesting because I was discussing it with a few of my colleagues.
With a freak?
No, a few of my colleagues. Not a freak.
Did you do things in Baltimore I didn't know about?
No, basically what happens is when a child grows up and gets older, they seem to be increasingly in contact with their environment, learning new things, growing, and gaining knowledge.
Growing.
It seems like there is some sort of skip when puberty happens. Like all of a sudden, their IQ drops by half. You know?
Yeah, well, their learning rate. Maybe not IQ.
Well, that too. But their IQ drops. Something logical, then it just becomes nonsense for a child that's going through puberty.
Do you have something to share with us, Lee? Because I'm not sure that went to me.
I'm just saying, you know how younger kids, they seem so intelligent until puberty, and then they're like, yay! They're like, dude, what happened?
Because of societal norms.
No, I don't think that's the reason.
Something.
I think, my hypothesis is that, the reason this is happening is because the children aren't used to this extra dynamic that puberty adds, this sexuality. At this point, before then, this is something that they never had to worry about. It was just, just eat, drink, sleep, do homework, go to school, meet friends, and all of a sudden it's like sex.
Well, not exactly. In a lot of cases when you were younger, you got erections, but you didn't know what to do, so eventually it just went away.
You had
Okay.
then.
No, this is general knowledge for everyone.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember that much from my childhood.
But the difference...
But the thing is, you don't remember your childhood.
I know, that's
Then the
true.
difference is that it's this awareness. It's not... You always had your genitals. It's this awareness and this hormonal state that causes your brain to, skip a beat.
Was that a
skip
pun?
a beat like a heart?
Yeah.
Yes, Jay.
Or music.
Your penis is your heart.
Certainly has a pulse.
Anyways.
I thought it was the brain.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Ben, it has a mind of its own.
Or what do you mean?
Do you think that's why kids just seem to be like extraordinarily dumb at the point of puberty.
Well, no, not exactly. Part
Sometimes
of it's because
they just want to impress girls and crap like that. It becomes important to them, and
that's
they focus more on that than anything else.
well, that's part of the added dynamics of sexuality.
But that's how they handle it, is with stupid antics. Well, some of them. Some of them proceed to be on, like, presidents and Einstein and astronauts, but not us.
Well, they don't have any love life.
we'll talk about that bit later too. From before
astronauts. We're gonna talk about astronauts. I thought this was.
I mean, Jay, those astronauts sometimes they probe other planets, if you know what I mean.
Spaceballs.
I've honestly wondered if astronauts just like have sex whenever the cameras aren't on in the International Space Station.
Well, they call them astronauts for a reason, Ben.
I'm an astronaut. I'm here to explore Uranus.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Well, this is just the beginning, everyone. Okay, so
It's
I
the
guess
beginning of the
I'm
end.
pretty sure, quote unquote, everyone already clicked away.
yeah, that just about ends that topic.
Next topic.
No, but no, I was trying to say something, but then
Oh,
Jay
shoot.
started talking over me.
Sorry.
I said part of it was what Jay said. You start seeing girls as more attractive and you start trying to impress them more. But that's more of a shift of focus. Another thing is the fact that you're having the hormonal changes in your body, and that can affect your brain, how your brain functions.
Yeah. I guess, like, in a way to say it, like, in a nerdy way, it's like when your computer is running a bunch of applications, and all of a sudden you, like, turn on, you just start playing an MMORPG game, like, right on top of all of that, and everything just freezes up.
For me, that's whenever I start up Steam.
Steam, man. Steam actually, to be honest, Steam actually really runs perfectly for me when I don't have any other windows open.
Well, Ben,
Eh, either way,
I'm glad your motor's running.
it's Steam powered.
Oh, yeah. That's
Just like everything in the world is Steam powered nowadays. Everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So Jay, if I may understand this, you have a steampunk penis.
I said Steam powered, not punk. But okay.
No, never mind. Next
I
topic.
get it. I get it.
Yeah. The piston is activated.
Yes, Ben. My penis has tattoos and a nose ring and everything.
That's not
punk.
steampunk.
It's
That's
a
body
punk.
modification.
That is body modification.
Why did you get a tattoo?
I was taking the term punk literal.
You.
I was trying to be one of those uneducated people.
No. Okay, the next topic, if we're done here,
We're getting off topic.
yeah, is nudity and sexuality. What makes it a good thing or a bad thing?
Cooties.
Yeah.
Cultural and religious reasons mostly.
I think Ben just nailed it.
Do
Next
tell.
subject.
Do tell
It's
Ben.
I like how it's fucking it, just that.
Do tell Ben.
That's true.
If this keeps up, we'll have our shortest episode ever.
Alright, let's skip 3, 4, and 5.
No. Please continue, Ben.
Well, I mean,
Buddhism.
I don't know how to explain it properly exactly, because ever since the Catholic Church was founded, the woman and male bodies were something to be ashamed of because it became public knowledge of our shame.
Mm.
And then that just kind of spread into the culture, and then cultures and society are more like, oh, we can't have you being naked, and then that goes into laws.
Yes.
And really, it's just a very large bleed over.
I guess in a sense, wouldn't you say this is, like, in a religious standpoint, nudity started being related to, tied to the hip with sex? Like, nudity and sex became the same thing, kind of like sin.
Well, not just that. I guess so, but...
Well, technically in America, nudity is a crime, so...
That's
no,
later on, Jay.
Jay, it's a crime everywhere, honestly, but, well, maybe not in Brazil, but I'm not sure about that.
Ain't a crime in my shed.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways, what was I saying? Fucking damn it, Jay. What was I saying?
So that's what you'd say makes it a bad thing is the cultural and religious influence.
Yeah, but it kind of all bleeded over. But the other thing is that most most religions, and because by extension most societies, have come to find it's the natural human body.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's not like you're supposed to look like anything else. If we weren't supposed to look like this, we wouldn't have been made this way, and we wouldn't have a penis and a vagina depending on gender and etc. I mean,
Wait.
Yeah, why can't we have two?
think about it. It just evolutionarily, if we were going to be different, we would have been different. And creationally, if we would have been different, then God would have made us different. So I don't quite see. There's no real room for argument there because we are what we are. I don't quite see. It's how we function. I don't know.
Then why is Superman Superman?
Fuck.
Well, maybe Superman's naked all the time. We just don't know it.
Oh God!
He just wears paint on jeans and tights.
Paint on tights.
Oh my gosh! Why don't you think he has kids?
He's an alien.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But then again, aliens have children.
No, he had a kid in Superman Returns, but we're getting off topic again.
Oh yeah. True. Well, what makes it a good thing then?
That's on.
What makes nudity a good thing?
That's not going to join the call.
I
want to talk about this.
What makes nudity a good thing?
Nothing good or bad about it. It's just what it is.
It's what it is, man. It's natural.
And as they said in the 60s and 70s, what it is.
What it is. Okay.
I'm like fucking 1,000 years old, and our audience is probably less than that.
Yes, thank you for watching, and you may comment below if you want, and we may talk about what you comment on, possibly.
Use questions, comments, subjects, pictures, anything really.
Well, yeah. Ben will look at the pictures. He will moderate them.
Is he trying to call the group?
Don't. Okay, the next topic is... Okay.
I'll message
Get ready,
him
guys.
for you.
Psychologists and sex. That's our topic.
Alright, my favorite one.
Oh yeah.
And who better to talk about in psychology and sex than the godfather of all psychology and sex?
Freud.
Lee, that was your fucking cue.
I said Freud. Yes. If anybody has studied Freud, well, you should know that he is just engulfed.
A horn dog.
Yeah, he's engulfed in sex, and that's kind of the backbone of all of his theories and philosophies.
That at some point in your life, sex or some sort of negative impact during sex has affected you in some way.
Yeah. And he also believes that it's the driving force for life, I guess, in essence.
I mean, one of his main first theorems as a psychologist was that every male child originally desires their mother incestuously.
Yeah.
What?
And also...
That was, yeah.
And also...
Was that the theory behind breastfeeding?
That was his first official theorem.
Yeah.
That's kind of awkward.
And he also believes that the female drive is basically driven in, what do you call it? Wanting to be male. But I find that interesting because, as you said before to me, Ben, you said a lot of psychologists were very sexual.
Well, behind the scenes, of course. I mean, what? Well, I wasn't talking about just about psychologists. I hear Einstein was a bit of a freak, even though not too many people know about it. And Schrödinger, the famous scientist, when he came up with the theorem that if I have a cat in a box and I pump this poisonous gas in, is it alive or dead? You can only know if you open the box. He actually came up with that theory, and I told you guys this. He came up with that theory when he was having sex with two girls in a cabin in the woods.
Oh yeah, you did tell us that.
Yes. Huh.
So I guess the concept was, if I got two girls in this hut and I'm not fucking both of them, the only way to find out is if you come inside.
Wow, man. But, I mean, I guess in a way that kind of supports Freud's theory, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine.
It's awesome.
Hey, the man became a famous scientist.
Yeah, he got there somehow.
Yeah, well, that's because, honestly, sex is an interesting topic, especially if you don't know that much about it.
I think it's it's weird, it's interesting, it's everything.
It's cool, it's weird, it's sensual, it's interesting. It cooties.
Awkward.
It can be awkward. Depends who you're with, though.
Well, it's awkward but fun, but it matters. It matters.
Awkward but fun.
It matters who you are, really.
It all depends who's buying the condoms.
Nah, I'll give you that one.
Okay. The next topic is social norms and how we view the body in America and Western culture. So, I guess if you're not from America, well, you may not know a lot about us. But in America, sex sells everything.
If you live in Australia, I envy you.
No, here's a thought-provoking argument. If liberals say that woman has the right to her own body, why isn't prostitution legal?
That's true, actually.
Well, it's the oldest profession.
But why isn't it legal if freaking abortion is?
That's actually an interesting subject because I was just reading.
That's not the subject, though. We're talking about norms.
No, you can consider this. This can be added on. It doesn't matter.
It does relate.
Oh, okay. What were you saying, Matt?
Matt, what were you
This
saying?
does relate. I don't know if you heard, but in Switzerland, they've actually made it legal, and there's actually a place you can drive to.
Like a brothel?
Yeah, basically, it's like you drive in, you choose a house, and you just drive in, and you go.
Wait a minute. They have drive in Switzerland. They have drive-through brothels.
That works.
Yeah,
How does that work?
You park and they put one in your car through a window.
Yeah, what is that? Does he go, I want a number 3 and a candy to go. Sure, just pull up to the next window. They just hand you a girl over through the window.
Is it like a movie rental machine where you choose the one and
The girl falls out of this giant machine.
and you have to put it back. You have to put it back in within 24 hours.
Can I have a number 5? Can I have a number 5 extra large, please?
Oh God.
Oh God.
With cheese.
5 extra larges. Oh, but like brothels in Australia are legal, and they have high, strict health codes for it too. Like the girls all get checked like every month, sometimes 2 times a month. The men get checked, everything. I mean, damn.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, what happens is basically it's like a neighborhood. They'll stand outside, you choose a house. You go there.
A neighborhoodly brothel?
Yeah.
Basically.
Friendly neighborhood brothel.
Expensive. Wow.
Yeah, but it's new. It was all over the news, and I can send you the link. And I mean, it's interesting, but
Looks like David needs to
overlay.
Looks like David has a reroute for his trip to Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh. Switzerland isn't anywhere near Scotland.
I know, but they both start with S, so I thought I would say that.
Anyways,
So
we're talking about sexual norms.
how do we view the body in America?
The body is what I am in right now.
It is evil and must be covered.
No, that's not America, Ben.
That's like, isn't that like? Never mind.
close it for taking off.
Well, yeah, true.
Closer for taking off. Well said.
Yeah. I think if anything, in America, it's like, okay.
And blanks are for blanking off.
It's like any reproductive organs need to be covered, and that's it.
Yep. And
That's
nipples.
And nipples, yeah.
I guess that counts as a reproductive organ.
But it's more of a nursing organ than anything else. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Why can't men make milk? I want milk.
because the natural process of OxyContin doesn't give us the ability to lactate.
I bet there's a surgery for that.
There is, but I'm not going to say that.
Oh God, you just
I just said that.
No, wow. You can inject hormones.
That too. You can do hormone replacement therapy for that, I guess, but you have to do it early on.
That's another discussion.
all right.
Yeah, that is an entirely different discussion.
Why are we getting off track so much?
Because you ask, why can't men lactate?
Well, you guys talked about nipples, and that's
Well, I think the real reason is we're too lazy.
We're too lazy to feed our children.
Hey, honey, you do it, and that's probably where the men's breasts went. You know.
Anyways, so the question was, how do other nations view us?
No.
No,
How do we view the body?
how do we view?
How do we
sex
view
and-
for other nations?
How do we view it
Gotten
in
so off
America?
topic. Forgot.
In America. Yeah.
In our-
Well, actually, Matt, how do they view it in other countries?
Actually, America, we're not very well viewed. It's actually, if you actually look at the reasons why people want to destroy us, it's
I mean,
We're
how
not
do-
looking at people looking at us. We're looking at ourselves alone.
No, how do other countries view sex is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
it depends what culture.
I know Brazil, England, and Japan are pretty loose with it, depending on the areas you look in.
Anywhere in the Arab world, it's very, sacred. I mean, if you defy it, someone's gonna get killed or
Stoned.
stoned to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really just depends where you
They,
live.
they shove weed down your throat.
Wheat?
Weed.
That actually sounds...
Stoned. Weed.
I'm
To
confused.
No, he said they'd get stoned to death, and I said they shove weed down your throat.
Yes.
Even European countries. One of the reasons why they just hate us is because of the way our sexual morality state is at. I kid you not. I was talking. I was talking.
Why don't they hate places that actually have legalized brothels?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess
Why do they hate us?
Well, we show it on TV, that's why.
Jersey Shore. That's what other countries do.
Okay, you go to Japan, half the channels will be. I mean, America's nothing.
Well,
Yeah,
Japan,
no, really.
Japan actually requires censorship of genitals, I believe. Like,
Yeah,
on
they do,
everything.
but
It's
it's still...
illegal not to have that, but it's still on channels and stuff.
Yeah. So?
So
It's illegal to have that shown. So
Okay.
technically, all of Japan is safe.
Not
Technically.
really.
Technically.
Okay.
really low. They cut it.
It's pretty low, yeah.
Moving on to
Moving
the
on.
next topic here, I guess, if everyone's done.
Japan.
No, we're talking about America. How is sex viewed in America? Sex itself.
Fun.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Speak for yourself, Matt.
We've changed more from a more conservative view to a more liberalistic one.
That's very true.
I think that's mainly because of college campuses, but regardless of that.
They don't help anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean they're the ones causing the
Yeah, I
more
know.
liberalistic view.
Well,
Yeah, but that's still not helping anything. Am I not right?
yeah, no. Well, I think it's also viewed as the ultimate advertising program.
What?
Like so.
Sex?
Sex. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
sex
you're
sells.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you automatically put sex in it, people's eyes are drawn to it. That's
I
kind of
think
why.
Mexican commercials sell so much.
Buy our blenders. We have naked women holding them.
Why do you
Rapid
think?
sales.
Why do you think we have sex in our title, huh?
Because we're shameless and we're trying to get some 12-year-olds to watch us.
Well, I hope 12-year-olds are watching because they might learn something.
I don't think that's a good idea to say that out loud, Lee.
I'm kidding.
Well, I hope... Jeez, I hope somebody doesn't watch this because this is pretty bad.
It's not that bad, really. We're just saying truths.
Brains in a Blender is a limited liability corporation.
You cannot sue us because we are an entity that really doesn't exist.
It's literally. It's under Creative Commons, I think.
Yeah, we
I'm
didn't.
not wearing pants right now.
He's not lying.
I'm naked.
I would believe that you, Ben, to be honest.
We're doing this whole podcast nude.
I'm actually wearing pants, I'm lying, but Ben's naked.
Lee,
Yes.
we're doing this whole podcast nude.
Well, how would they know?
Whatever, Gutrot.
Because we're using our nude voices.
Oh, yes. Very new.
Alright, how is sex viewed in America?
Yep.
Well, judging by Jersey Shore, Matt's...
I don't count that as a reliable...
That shouldn't even count as America, to be honest. I think it depends what part of America you're in. If you're in a definite red state, then it's sort of something that's kind of reserved. But if you're in a more liberal state like California...
There's some pretty loose people in Georgia. I don't know what you're talking about.
There are, but Georgia's mostly strict. Like,
Yeah,
I would say like more than 70% is...
Let's see. I used to live in Seattle, Washington, which is actually a really liberal state.
All the West Coast is liberal.
Yeah, pretty much, but, I mean...
Except for like Utah.
My dad...
Freaking Utah, man.
Like, my dad was going up with one of the girls who was dating, he actually checked. She didn't tell him this, but she was taking him to a nudist colony.
Woo!
That would have been an... It seems like your dad gets into all sorts of misadventures whenever he goes anywhere.
I talked to a couple people who actually have seen nudist colonies, and they say it's not really as enjoyable as you'd think it is.
It's not, believe. I mean,
everybody's all like dirty and gross, and like their feet.
Matt, we could just publish stories on your dad's misadventures. Andrew in the SpongeBob scrubs. Andrew in the nudist colony. Andrew
a lot of the people in the nudist colonies have like the really droopy breasts, like in the Discovery Channel.
Because they don't get the bras that shape and support.
Yeah,
actually, if you saw a lot of Americans, they probably wouldn't look much different, really.
Well, if nobody wore bras, yeah. Bras.
Yeah, anyways.
Bras.
If you don't wear a bra, gravity starts kicking in.
Yeah.
Well, actually, speaking of which, some cultures actually find that attractive. Just saying.
Yeah.
I think we need to keep interrupting Matt.
I think we shouldn't. Matt, what were you saying?
What were we talking about again?
You said anyways 9 times, Matt.
Yes, 9 times. Anyways,
talking about how we view sex in America, and you started talking about a nudist colony, and I said we should publish a whole work on your dad and his adventures.
Okay, it's much more accepted there. Like, I mean, you go there, I wouldn't say they're more exposed, but it's weird because it's more, like, out of all the times I've been in Seattle, if you go down to, like, South Georgia, you'll see, the clubs and such. In Seattle, you don't yet. All this stuff is allowed. I thought that was a bit strange.
Yeah.
Well,
in my personal opinion, I don't think nudity in a whole is a bad thing. I just think society makes it look like a bad thing that it's reserved. Because does the Bible say that everybody has to wear clothes?
That's in Genesis.
No, that was actually created by Adam and Eve out of their shame.
Well, yeah, it was created, but
yeah,
it's not in the commandments.
No.
Did
you know that that was like
sort of a societal thing?
Did you know that was like 4 topics ago?
Yeah, I know, but
well, it's also a thing. I mean,
Matt also brought it up.
A woman's
anything.
If a woman's not wearing anything, it's a whole lot easier to lust too. So it's
true and false.
It depends.
Well, supposedly we're not animals.
No, we are.
No, I prefer to think that we aren't, but I'm obviously always wrong about that.
It reminds me of a song I listened to.
No, thank you.
Sing, Jay.
What?
Sing.
No, but sometimes clothes actually add sexuality to people versus like making them more modest.
You mean like lingerie, or you talking about like certain stylistic clothes?
Maid outfits and schoolgirl outfits. Japan.
We love you, Japan.
Japan, #1 state.
Legal age of sex is 15. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that true?
Yes, actually.
Oh heck, that's lower than Canada. Canada's 16.
It's 16 in Georgia.
Is it?
Woo. Yeah. You idiot.
I did not know that.
And again with that, like in Washington, it's 18.
Washington, it's 18.
It's 18 in Washington.
Yep.
Wait, it's 18 in California?
Yeah, I believe so too. I mean,
yeah, it's 18 in California too.
I don't think they follow that.
I don't know how it became 16 in Georgia, but it is.
Yeah, what the heck? Conservative state. It's
kind of weird. Kansas had the lowest at like 13 or something at one point, but they had to change it legally.
Yeah. For a conservative state, we're not too conservative, eh?
Pretty conservative. Anyways, so clothes affecting how people view sex?
Yeah, it does change the way, you view sex and the way people...
Depending on how that girl wears those glasses, man.
I really think glasses are a turn-off. Unless they're regular glasses. I don't like sunglasses.
We're not...
No, sunglasses are just stupid.
Sunglasses, like, what? Like,
I mean, stylistic sunglasses. If you have really sensitive eyes, I'd understand. But if it's like...
Or if you're blind.
Yeah, or if you're blind. Which can also be a turn-on.
Blind people.
Remember, kids, Never call a person wearing sunglasses indoors a douche because they might be blind.
That would suck, actually.
I think that's happened so many times in society. There's always
in Florida. I had sunglasses on. I didn't take them off.
So we've covered
I
glasses,
got me-
maid outfits, and schoolgirl outfits.
Yeah, these are all the wrongdoings that
The
we've
really
added.
stereotypical shit.
We've added sexuality to sunglasses. How dare us, America?
Number 6. The
Number
wrongs.
6.
The wrongs that society has adds to
functions.
natural functions.
Repeat that.
I was gonna read it and then Lee read it.
The wrongs that society adds to natural functions.
Anal. Okay, next one.
No. What?
What?
Oh,
That's
you mean we're talking about like scat. I remember now.
Yeah.
Well, anal and scat are different things.
No, by natural functions. Anal is not
Oh.
a natural function. What are you talking about?
I know.
Well,
That's an exit-only door.
yeah.
Delivery's not in rear. Unless you're into that.
Unless you're into that. Jeez.
Yes.
Matt's so uncomfortable right
Yeah,
now.
it's quite
I
a
know.
it's quite a probing
Really?
question, I know.
Matt, has your dad ever had to
He's
help
a nurse.
Have your dad ever had to help surgery on somebody who got something stuck in their butt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to hear?
He's told me
Yes,
about
I
it.
want to hear. I'm really curious.
Well, not so much. More other things like that. Let's see.
What?
I'm trying to think. I've heard so many.
Jay, his dad
People are
went
nasty.
to nursing school.
What's your favorite
That means
one?
He's had to go through this sort of stuff
The
before.
most interesting one I've heard is my dad was going to work and this guy comes in because he's a wedding ring. So
What?
I don't know if he was trying to have sex with himself or something.
You're not really talking coherently.
But he was coming on to your dad?
No, he came into the hospital because it got stuck. He couldn't remove it.
What got
Oh, he
stuck?
got a dildo shoved up his ass.
Yeah, and he took what's the medicine that keeps it swelling?
The
Yeah.
anti-inflammatory?
Yes, that's it. And so it was swollen up, and there was this ring. He couldn't get it off.
Oh, God.
We had to come into the hospital. And it's just this awkward thing because he's sitting there, and there's like 4 nurses, all female. I'm like, do you think we can get this off? And it started to turn blue. And for the entire shift, everyone kept trying to get it off.
Wait, what was on his thing?
It was like a ring.
Ew, how does that happen?
Wait,
He
on
had
his knob?
dude, wait, he had a cock ring on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No,
no,
it's just a ring, like a wedding ring, like a metal.
Wait, Mike,
Oh.
What?
Who
I feel
does?
like his
So-
wife was doing something kinky and that happened, because cock rings are a thing.
Yeah, but a metal ring?
Yeah, depends. What, like,
No, but Matt's talking like freaking something you would see like.
Yeah, I'm really worried for that guy.
Oh
But
my
yeah, he
God.
left, and my dad came back and he was like, "Hey, so what happened?" He goes, "Oh, like, they had to amputate it because by the time they got it off, it was
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
create it.
What did he amputate?
the dick.
exactly."
Those things don't come by easy.
Nope.
They don't grow back.
Wait, I thought we were talking about, like...
We're talking about Matt's dad having people come up that had things stuck in their butt.
But then he told us about one time when a guy got a wedding ring stuck on his dick and they had to
It's a wedding
amputate it.
That's
Yeah,
a
he's
bad
had that
wedding
problem. And, I mean, it's pretty simple. You know what an enema is, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what they do most of the time.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
So what do you think about bodily functions being abused in society?
Like
We're getting into scat and water sports.
Yeah.
water sports.
Woo!
I
Skiing.
personally like water polo. That's my favorite water sport.
Skiing
Oh,
is great,
God.
man.
Freaking throwing.
Jay, water sports is
I know what
piss.
water sports is. I told Lee. I'm the one that taught Lee. Like,
I knew what it
Okay.
was already.
you didn't know it was called water sports.
No.
That's why I'm afraid of hot tubs.
You're afraid of what?
You know, the other day I saw how to make on hot dogs, and it's not really as gross as I thought it would
Wait,
be.
hot dogs or hot tubs?
Hot tubs.
Hot
Hot
oh,
tubs.
hot tubs. I thought you said hot dogs. That's why I'm afraid of hot dogs.
What are they doing that batter?
Yeah, you actually will not. We won't talk about what's in hot dogs right now. Please don't.
It's actually only like chicken and meat and beef. You know chicken's in hot dogs, Lee?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Either way, what were we saying? Scat and water sports and
Yeah.
shit. And shit.
Basically, that's it. Yeah.
I think it's kind of gross, and there's a lot of diseases that can come out of it. But if it's your thing, that's fine. Just
I'd
keep
be
it.
afraid of E. coli above all else, but
Yeah.
if it's your thing, actually, I don't have a problem with it, but I don't really like it too much.
I personally think it's kind of
I have better things to do
Wait.
in my day than be pissed on or
It's
shit
way
on.
foreign to me.
My dad had a specific person who came in who was involved in those activities, and think of cauliflower growing out of your genitals. That's basically what happens to you.
Out of your what?
Out of your genitals, cauliflower growing out of your genitals.
That's not what it is, though. It's just weird.
Gonorrhea.
And yeah, it killed him. So I mean, it's
What?
Oh, you killed him?
yes.
Oh,
A lot
it
of
Jesus.
spread through his urinal tract and everything, and
Yeah, that'll do it.
anything
that can kill people.
like anything that hits the testes is going to spread through your body like fire. So
Yeah,
That,
because there's no real immune system there.
yeah,
there isn't.
that's if you get stuck stuff in your thing. So
That's why it's disgusting.
that's why that's the safeguard against homosexuality.
I
guess.
don't know if that has to do with the topic, but okay.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's a really disturbing thought.
No, I said that was
Remind-
caused
never
by
think
that.
about that again.
No. Well, do
It
you
is
think that-
relatedly.
Well, do you think that there's something wrong about them?
I don't give a crap about somebody's sexual life.
Other people do.
I don't have an opinion on it one way or the other.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of gross and journey.
I'm bi-opinionated.
I'm very accepting of everything, except for amputees. Amputee fetish. I don't like that.
Ew.
Oh,
That's
god
wrong.
damn it, I hate that.
Yeah, people who like have an enjoyment of being absolutely helpless sometimes go as far as getting a doctor to have them amputated like a limb or two, and it's really freaking weird.
Yeah. Anyways, well, let's just continue this topic a tiny bit longer. So basically, the people, what's it? In Japan, I believe it was.
No, German porn.
No. In Japan, they started doing this thing called eyeball licking. Is that true, Jay?
Yes.
Oh, god damn.
No, Korea.
Oh, Korea. Okay,
think
sorry.
it's
Japan.
Either one of the three. One of the three. I can look it up.
Racist.
No, I mean, we can't really place it at the moment because I don't remember. It was one of the three. He's right.
Okay.
Look it up.
Fine. So, could you say what eyeball licking is all about?
Yep, Japanese.
Aha! So what is it all about?
It was based off, actually, anime and manga.
Ew.
Yeah, well, the thing that made it famous was that is based off of anime. It is.
Because some
It is
sexual
Japan.
doujins had that in it, and then people started emulating that.
It is Japan. Lee was right.
Okay.
But the reason it became popular is because a Korean pop star did it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well,
And if by doing it, if you don't have a clean mouth, if you don't have a clean eye, you could end up having them get an eye removed or something.
yeah. I
Really?
mean, think about it. It's
There's
like
actually been
taking-
cases when someone has actually taken someone else's eye out.
Well, imagine taking the germiest part of your body and touching it to the weakest immune part of your body. Ew. The one most susceptible to germs, and that's basically what it's doing.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. They're not afraid to get dirty, I guess.
I guess.
Or die.
Bacteria's all on the tongue, though.
Again,
Yeah.
those people end up where my dad gets.
I bet the pop stars were probably wearing contacts, to be honest.
Even then, though.
But
Still
the people after the pop stars who start doing it to recreate it, that's not right. That's not.
It says they're getting cases of conjunctiva, which is an inflammation in the eye.
Ew.
Both kinds too. It's horrible.
Wow. Anyways, I think that's just kind of disgusting. But if you like it, well, you're risking your eyes. So yeah.
Well, have safe eye licking.
I don't think that's.
Use a tongue dump, please.
No, I tongued them. Oculolinctus. Yeah, that's it. Oculolinctus.
No. Okay. So I guess that's all for that gross stuff.
That's all for eyeball licking.
Aren't you having so much fun, Matt?
Amazing.
It's just so enlightening.
It seems so passively like I don't give a shit right now.
Well, not really. I mean, I could turn this around really quickly and make it.
So
We can kick you from the call.
You want to go about that way, huh, Matt?
I mean,
Oh, I get it. That's gross.
yeah, I'm just cool.
I will
with it.
be right back. I have some water sports to take care of. Nature's calling me.
Alright, we'll cut to commercial, I guess.